Hello, I am Thomas Parnell.
And I'm Terrence Foster.
And welcome inside the Man Cave. History was made on Sunday, March 6th, when the NCAA announced that the Virginia Union women's basketball team would host the first 3 rounds of the NCAA tournament. The Lady Panthers have reached the Atlantic Regional Championship. In tennis, Rafael Nadal has announced he will sue Roselyne Bachelot, formerly the French Minister of Health and Sport, following her allegation that the Spaniard tested positive in a doping test in 2012. Bachelot made the allegation in the wake of Maria Sharapova's positive test for meldonium. Following his early exit from Wimbledon in 2012, Nadal was absent for the next 7 months because of an injury to his knee. Bachelot attributed his absence as probably due to a positive doping test, adding that when you see a tennis player stopping for months, it's because there's been a positive control, end quote.
Stanford won't bring back Johnny Dawkins after 8 years as a coach. He has done a lot for the organization, but not enough winning. Dawkins made 1 NCAA tournament and never once contended for the Pac-12 title. Stanford underachieved on the court and lost relevance because of it. 1 year after brain surgery, NYU goalie Sam Daly is going for a national title. Incredible achievement. It's crazy how things can change in 1 year.
Switching to the NFL. Now that the initial free agent splash is over, let us take a look back at which of the free agent signings will have the most impact in next upcoming season. Defensive tackle Malik Jackson signs a $90 million 6-year contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jackson had 45 tackles and 5 sacks last year for the Denver Broncos. The move to Jacksonville has much significance because of what the Broncos are losing in Jackson. The Super Bowl champions are now without an anchor of that defensive line on top of not having quarterback Brock Osweiler. Terrence, who do you have as the most important free agent signing?
Well, you just spoke him up. I would have to go with Brock Osweiler for the Houston Texans. Their weak spot was a quarterback, and now they had the opportunity to gain a potential franchise quarterback to go along with that elite defense.
So we have 2 Denver Broncos leaving Denver from their Super Bowl run to go to other teams, so we would like to see how Denver rebounds from that. March Madness is upon us. Terrence and I are going to make our Final 4 predictions. The top 4 seeds are Kansas as the #1 overall seed, Virginia, North Carolina, and Oregon. Who do you have making it to the Final 4, Terrence?
Well, I have Oklahoma, Kansas, North Carolina, and Michigan State.
So for me, I have North Carolina Tar Heels, Michigan State Spartans, Kansas, and Virginia Commonwealth. I think VCU is going to pull through and upset Oregon. I just think this is a year for another Cinderella for VCU.
Strong feeling about it.
Strong feeling because VCU always finds a way to break through in these years where we don't have one of the typical UNCs, Duke, Florida, Syracuse, those teams that are always good.
Yeah.
VCU finds a way to get into the Final 4, but you never know with these things. It's so unpredictable. And next week, we're going to go more in depth on that and see who was right between me and Terrence. Well, that's it for the first half of the Man Cave. In the second half, we'll be back with some NBA action. Welcome back to the second half of the Man Cave. We're going to switch things over to Terrence with some NBA news.
Mike Conley of the Memphis Grizzlies is out at least 3 to 4 weeks with an Achilles strain. Jay Crowder is out at least 2 weeks with a high ankle sprain.
Andre Iguodala will miss at least 2 weeks with an ankle injury. After sustaining a minor knee injury, Jimmy Butler returns to help the Bulls defeat the Toronto Raptors 109-107.
Warriors dominate Pelicans for their 60th win. With this win, Golden State, now 60-6, became the fastest team in NBA history to reach the 60-win plateau. Golden State is still 1 game ahead of the pace of the 95-96 Bulls, who were 59-7 at this point of their season.
The Warriors are also still undefeated at home this season with a perfect 31-0 record and have expanded their current win streak to 5 games.
Their last loss was to the Lakers, March 6th at the Staples Center. LA put forth phenomenal effort, which their coach, Byron Scott, would like to see a lot more.
According to Sportsline's projections, Golden State has a 66.6% chance of surpassing 72 wins.
All right, so over the weekend, the Nets and Bucks faced off. Player of that game, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 28 points, 14 assists, 11 rebounds, fourth triple-double in last 11 games. He averages 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists every night. Even there was a highlight play during the game Sunday where he did a fake pass, which ended up breaking the ankles of Shane Larkin as he went for the dunk. Even back in February, Kobe praised him, saying that he has a high skill set. He can take his game to the next level, but would have to sacrifice. Jason Kidd also said, even though he's not the point guard, he has the IQ to dictate the offense.
Well, I completely agree with Jason Kidd and Kobe Bryant. Antetokounmpo is a 6'11" wingman that has the ball handling skills of a guard, rebounds like a big man. He's agile, he can pass the ball, he can be that floor general when need be. With Michael Carter Williams out, he's showing more and more of that. I mean, he's on the cusp of being one of the better players in the league, and he's 21 years old. So he's got his whole career essentially still ahead of him.
Basically.
So I want to see what he's like in the next 3 or 4 years. I think he can be one of those top tier players. The only negative thing about him, I guess I could say, is he doesn't have that superstar personality, and he's in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So those things may be holding him back. But I mean, like I said, he's 21. He's got so much time left, and he's already a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, he's dynamic at the rim. He could use a better jump shot, just more practice and get it to that next level that I believe Kobe was alluding to, but just take some sacrifice. Also on Sunday, the Knicks and Lakers faced off in Kobe's bitter New York finale. Now, this last play that took place that ended up being the game-winning play was peculiar to me. New York didn't show much defense. They lacked on defense, and with that going down, Jose Calderon was able to, luckily, sink in a three-pointer.
We had 2 bad teams going at it. I mean, there was really no defense play in that fourth quarter. It sucks to see Kobe lose this game in New York.
Final game.
His final game against New York in LA. But I mean, it's really nothing to talk about. It's 2 bad teams that had 2 bad games, and the Knicks just happened to be 2 points better than the bad Lakers. So, I mean, that is what it is. There's nothing else really significant about it. That's what it is.
Final thoughts?
No final thoughts. That's it for the Man Cave. I am your host, Thomas Parnell.
And I'm Terrence Foster.
We'll see you next week.
Hello, I'm Professor Brandy Berry.
And I'm Cam Crocker.
And we are here to bring you your 2016 March Madness bracket. Cam?
Well, what I realize is that Yale is going up against Duke. And I have to say Duke is pretty an unstoppable team. But I have to say good luck to Yale because if Yale beats Duke and Duke has been beaten to Yale, I guess we finally know the history that Duke is down because of Yale. So I can't wait for that. If y'all can't wait for that, I'm good. I'm good. Professor Berry, anything you'd like to add to that?
Well, since my school, NC State, yay, go Wolfpack, didn't quite make it into the bracket, I'm pulling for UNC. So I'm glad we made it to the second round. Yeah, go Tar Heels. All right, well, that is your March Madness bracket update, and we hope that you will tune in next week after Man Cave.
All right. Peace out, y'all.